Hi, I'm Claire and I'm going to discuss the main process of the animated storyboard I created for Through My Eyes. The initial motion of this storyboard is that our trailer is separated into 3 parts. The first part demonstrates the happier moments in Anna's life. In the first scene, we initially thought of placing the camera above Anna's head in the form of an aerial shot to show Anna's eyes waking up. However, we have later decided that it would look better to just have a focus pull between a shot of her asleep and then of the alarm clock with her arm reaching over to turn it off, since we have now experimented with this idea and it was a real success. We then wanted to angle the camera so that we see Anna's reflection in her mirror as she gets ready for school. This was useful in demonstrating a stereotypical teenage girl and showed her character to be very well looked after, reflecting her current happy situation. The next shots would show Anna walking along with her friends, which we want to film from various angles to create a continuity sequence when it comes to editing. We then wanted another aerial shot, but this time showing Anna sat down at the kitchen table with her mum and dad, representing a life close to both friends and family members where she is secure and content. We then thought to emphasise this idea by including a close-up, which will jump from the previous clip, demonstrating Anna's happiness as she is laughing and talking to her parents. This is the part where our trailer loses that happy vibe. At this point, we witness a mid-shot of Anna sat in a chair all alone, so that the viewer is unaware of where she is and her circumstances. We then become aware that the narrative voiceover that was previously running through the clips prior is Anna talking from the present. Anna's costume is now laid back to represent her changed personality. The scene switches to a low-angle shot of the psychiatrist saying the phrase, "What's changed?" so that we become fully aware of the fact that Anna and this woman are having a conversation about the past, and that everything we've already seen is in fact a memory of Anna's better life. We will then have a blackout to allow a change in pace for the trailer and for the music to switch to something a lot slower with a much more dreary tone. We want to include a time-lapse in our trailer to exhibit time moving quickly, and since a lot of our filming is done in school, the entrance to the main school building is the most ideal location in establishing where the characters are. This idea was inspired by the Perks of Being a Wallflower trailer, in which we see an aerial panning shot of students walking into school. However, the time-lapse element was an extra technique that I thought would suit it well. We want to film Anna walking from various angles to again create a continuity sequence, and perhaps include the time-lapse sequence in between these clips. And from this point onwards, our trailer will include narratives between clips such as "Watch her story," to persuade the viewer to watch the film and find out what happens. To show a change in her friendship, we want to emphasise the fact that Anna feels isolated by making sure she is the single character within each frame and is always separated from others. In this case, we want to film Anna sat in the foreground of the frame with a larger group of people sat in the background, clearly talking about her. This way we can pan the shot out and reveal her sat alone. We also wish to include a shot of an off-balance frame, showing her past friends discussing how she's changed. Following on from the clips of Anna walking home, we want to include yet another continuity sequence of her opening the door to her house, as we practiced this in our preliminary task at AS and it was quite a success. We will then view Anna's mother sprawled out on the couch asleep, and there will be a zoomed-in close-up of a half-empty wine bottle on the floor. The mise-en-scène here is important in representing the personality type of the mother and why Anna is so affected by it. Then we want to show a high-angle shot of Anna pouring away the remains of the alcohol she found her mother drinking, and perhaps include a jump cut of her completely emptying it and then screwing the lid back on. Between scenes of Anna's home and school life, we want to include voiceovers that have been carried on from clips of her sat talking to the psychiatrist, so we know that she is explaining her situation to someone else and perhaps that person plays a major part in this film. We also want to include the element of cyberbullying, so we thought to have an over-the-shoulder shot of Anna typing on Facebook, and then the chat box to appear with a close-up of a hateful or spiteful comment from someone she was once friends with. Since cyberbullying and real-life bullying is so common in society these days, a lot of young teenagers could relate and it is therefore appealing for our target audience. The final stage of our trailer will be much heavier and at a faster pace as it turns more violent and aggressive. For example, we want to show Anna pushing objects off of her desk in an aggressive way to show she is distressed and upset, revealing the true manner of the film. We also want to switch between scenes of substance abuse by showing Anna's fist close and then opening to reveal numerous pills in her palm. This is a suggestive element and perhaps sensitive for some individuals, but also highly relatable as it proposes depressing thoughts. To end our trailer, we initially wanted Anna to be comforted by someone, not necessarily being aware of who this person is to increase curiosity of the viewer. However, we thought it would be better to include a clip of her up against a wall and crying, inspired by the Dustbin Baby trailer, to end it on a much more powerful and emotional point. Our trailer will then end in the style of most trailers with the main title, logos and the phrase, "Coming soon." Thank you for watching. I hope I explained our initial ideas in enough detail and hopefully everything will now go to plan.